This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm back again with another podcast. Today I'm talking about, are you a placeholder? What do I mean, placeholder? It means that let's give a little backstory to it, or give a little more clarity to it. If you're standing in a line, as you see on the podcast picture, and someone steps out, and someone comes in and fills that spot until they come back, the second person who stepped in is just a placeholder. So what does this have to do with relationships with women? You have to be careful that you understand what's going on inside of a woman's life, and many times they're not going to tell you. That you might be just a placeholder until who she really wants shows up. I need to stop just there. So you need to be very clear and know what position is she putting you in, and what position are you putting her in. You very well may be just a placeholder to tie her over until she get the guy she wants, or till she feels better about herself, because now you become validation for her, and she gets the attention from you because you are just a placeholder. Many men have fallen into the place of being a placeholder in a woman's life. We can redefine it, or sort of parallel it to someone that's in the friend zone. But a placeholder is a little bit more intrinsic than just a friend zoning. Her intentions is never, ever, like the friend zone, to ever be with you, but to use you. So you got to think, are you a placeholder in her life? So you're going to ask me the next question, well, how do I know I'm a placeholder? Well, how can I tell? You need to I always advocate that vet the women that you deal with. You need to ask precise questions. When was the last relationship you were in? What are you looking for? Where are you going? If she can't answer those questions precisely, you need to start checking off in your mental mind, mental notes, that you could be potentially just a placeholder for her until she gets what she wants. You do not ever want to be in that position as the placeholder, because when the real person comes along, they're going to knock you right out of the place. So let's spin this a little bit further. You only become a placeholder when you don't know your value and she doesn't recognize your value. When you don't know your value as a man and she doesn't know your value as a man. Many times those men who become placeholder are just doing it so that they can get the sex from the woman. Let's be very clear and very honest. It's convenient sex versus the importance of realizing that you're bigger than being a placeholder. I challenge you today that any woman that you deal with, that you interact with, that you really examine with your higher nature. I always say higher nature and lower nature. With your mind, your logic. What position am I playing? Or do I realize I am not even in position? You always want to, this might sound misogynist. I don't care, but it is what it is. You always want to come from a place of power, not weakness. Being a placeholder is a place of weakness because she's in the driver's seat. Plain and simple. You always want to come from a place of power. When you come from the place of being come from the position of being a placeholder, you're in the place of weakness and she's making the choice. You always come from the place of power because that is your position as a man. Stop playing yourself short and realize that you must play the position and be in the position of power. A man that's in power does not play placeholder for no one, no woman, no matter how fine she is, no matter what she can do in the bedroom. He would never play that position because he can never be a placeholder because he owns the place. I'm trying to elevate you, brother. You must come from the position of power. I challenge you today. When are you going to come from the place of who you really are? When are you going to let go of the narratives that say that you're less than? Because when you do that, people, but the women around you and who you deal with will respect you and will never make you a placeholder because they know how valuable you are. So today, as you listen to this, I want you to get clearly in your mind that you come from a place of power and that you would never be a placeholder. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm out.